Ever wonder what's going on in your dog's head? Turns out, they see and hear things we can't. We're breaking down 14 insane things your dog can sense that you totally can't. This isn't just some random internet list, by the way. This is real science stuff, and trust me, number 8 is going to freak you out. I'm talking completely change how you see your pup forever. Alright, let's get into it. First up, ultraviolet light. Dogs can see UV light, revealing colors and patterns invisible to us. Imagine walking through a field of flowers. Your dog might be seeing crazy designs on the petals that we can't even imagine. Pee stains? Dogs see them easily because UV light reflects differently off the pee. Some scientists think dogs can even see UV patterns on other animals. So, next time your dog is staring at something, they might be seeing a UV light show. Dogs hear sounds at way higher frequencies than us. Remember those dog whistles that seem silent to us? Yeah, dogs hear them loud and clear. It's like a high-pitched screech to them. Think about all those high-pitched sounds in our environment that we're totally missing. Dogs are picking up on all of that. This is why some dogs get super anxious during fireworks. It's not just the loud booms, it's the crazy high-pitched frequencies that are like nails on a chalkboard to their sensitive ears. So, yeah, next time your dog's ears perk up at seemingly nothing, they're hearing a whole symphony of high-pitched sounds. Dogs' ability to detect movement is next level. Even the slightest twitch can set them off. Scientists think this is because dogs have a specific part of their brain dedicated to processing visual information about moving objects. This is why they're so good at tracking prey in the wild, and also why they can't resist chasing that laser pointer. It's not just big movements that catch their attention. We're talking subtle shifts in body language, tiny muscle twitches, even the way you blink your eyes. Dogs are picking up on all of it. So yeah, next time you think your dog is just being a weirdo for staring at nothing, they might be tracking a tiny fly across the room. Or they might be reading your mind. Just kidding. Or am I? Or am. Dogs are amazing at reading our emotions through subtle changes in our body language and tone of voice. When you're happy, you smile, your eyes light up, your whole body language changes. And when you're sad, you slouch, your voice gets lower, you might even cry. Dogs pick up on all of these cues, even the really subtle ones that we're not even aware of. They also pay close attention to our scent. Believe it or not, humans release different pheromones depending on our emotional state, and dogs can smell those changes. This is why dogs are so good at comforting us when we're down, or sharing in our joy when we're happy. So yeah, next time your dog gives you that look like they totally get you, they probably do. While dogs can't see infrared light, they can sense heat radiating from objects. Think about it, when it's dark outside, dogs can still see warm-blooded animals because of their body heat. This is super helpful for hunting, but also for everyday stuff, like finding a warm spot to cuddle up on a cold night. Some scientists think dogs might even be able to use their heat-sensing abilities to detect changes in our body temperature. Dogs are literally experiencing the world in a different light than us, or rather a different heat signature. There's some evidence to suggest that dogs can actually sense the Earth's magnetic field, like they have a built-in compass or something. Some studies have shown that dogs tend to align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field when they're pooping. Apparently, they prefer to poop facing north-south. It's thought that dogs might have tiny magnetic receptors in their noses or eyes that allow them to sense the Earth's magnetic field. This could explain why dogs are so good at finding their way home, even when they're miles away. Dogs might be even more in tune with the natural world than we realize. Dogs have a million times better sense of smell than us, picking up on a whole secret world of smells that we're totally oblivious to. Pheromones are like chemical messages that animals release to communicate with each other. They can signal all sorts of things like fear, aggression, even sexual attraction. Dogs are masters at detecting and interpreting these pheromones. When a dog meets another dog, the first thing they do is sniff each other's butts. Dogs can also pick up on human pheromones, so they can sense when we're stressed, scared, or even pregnant. It's like they have a superpower nose. Dogs have way better night vision than us humans. They have a special reflective layer in the back of their eyes called the tapetum lucidum. This layer acts like a mirror, reflecting light back through the retina and giving their eyes a second chance to absorb those precious photons. It's what gives their eyes that spooky glow in the dark. Dogs have more light-sensitive cells called rods, which are responsible for detecting light and movement. So basically, dogs have evolved to be expert nighttime hunters, while we're stuck fumbling for the light switch. Dogs' eyes are positioned more on the sides of their heads, giving them a much wider field of view. It's like they're seeing the world in panorama mode all the time. This is super helpful for detecting predators and prey in the wild. as it allows them to see movement from a much wider angle. But it also comes in handy for everyday stuff like keeping track of their favorite humans, that's you, even when they're not looking directly at them. They might not be able to see the details as clearly, but they'll know exactly where you are and what you're doing. So yeah, next time you think your dog is ignoring you, they might just be taking in the bigger picture with their super-powered peripheral vision. Speaking of superpowers, you know what else is super? Hitting that subscribe button. It helps us bring you more fascinating facts about your furry friends. Dogs are wired to see fast-moving objects with incredible clarity, putting our human reflexes to shame. Their eyes process visual information much faster than ours, allowing them to track fast-moving objects with ease. Since dogs have more rods than us, they're able to detect even the slightest movements with lightning-fast speed. This is why it's so hard to sneak up on a dog, and why they can react to a thrown ball before you even fully extend your arm. They're basically seeing the world in fast forward when it comes to moving objects. So next time you're playing fetch, take a moment to appreciate your dog's incredible motion tracking skills. Time to debunk a common myth about dogs. You've probably heard that dogs only see in black and white, right? Well, that's not entirely true. While their color vision isn't as vibrant as ours, it's definitely not just shades of gray. Dogs see the world in a palette of blues, yellows, and grays, kind of like an old-fashioned sepia-toned photograph. This difference in color perception is due to the types of cones in their eyes. So, while your dog might not be as impressed by a rainbow as you are, they can still appreciate the beauty of a bright blue sky or a field of yellow flowers. Dogs have highly sensitive paws that can pick up on even the slightest vibrations traveling through the ground. This means they can sense approaching footsteps, distant thunder, even the rumble of a truck driving by long before we can hear it. This heightened sense of touch is incredibly useful for dogs, both in the wild and in our homes. It allows them to be aware of potential dangers like approaching predators or even earthquakes, giving them a valuable head start when it comes to reacting to their surroundings. So, the next time your dog starts barking at seemingly nothing, remember, they might be picking up on subtle vibrations that are completely undetectable to our human senses. Remember those silent dog whistles we talked about earlier? Well, they're called silent for a reason. Humans can't hear them. Dogs, on the other hand, have no problem hearing these high-pitched sounds, making them the perfect communication tool for dog owners who want to train their furry friends without disturbing the entire neighborhood. Many electronic devices like televisions and smoke detectors emit ultrasonic frequencies that we're completely unaware of. So, while we're blissfully unaware of the ultrasonic world around us, dogs are living in a symphony of high-pitched sounds that we can only imagine. Not only can dogs hear incredibly high-pitched sounds, but they can also detect sounds at extremely low frequencies, called infrasound. These sounds are too low for human ears to pick up, but dogs can sense them vibrating through their bodies, adding a whole other dimension to their sensory experience. Infrasound travels long distances and can penetrate through solid objects, making it a valuable tool for animals that rely on it for communication, navigation, and even predator detection. While we're not entirely sure how dogs use infrasound, it's likely that they can sense approaching storms, earthquakes, and even avalanches long before we can. So, while we're limited by our human senses, dogs are experiencing a world rich in both high and low frequency sounds, giving them a much more comprehensive understanding of their environment. So there you have it, guys! 14 incredible things your dog can see and hear that you can't. Pretty amazing, right? It's crazy to think that our furry friends are experiencing the world in such a different way than us, with their superpowered senses and secret abilities. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about your canine companion, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more awesome content about our furry friends. And hey, if you're curious to learn even more about the secret language of dogs, check out our next video where we'll be diving deep into the world of dog body language. You won't want to miss it.